Hey there, morbid maniacs. It's time for another spooky video, a part of Vlogtober. And for tonight's spooky video, I'm going to be talking all about the St. Augustine Lighthouse, located in St. Augustine, Florida. The St. Augustine Lighthouse is the oldest lighthouse in the United States. The tower has a haunted history and a spooky reputation. The tower operated from 1954 and was unfortunately darkened by the Civil War. It wasn't until June 1st, 1867 that the tower would be a functioning lighthouse again. However, the lighthouse lost its battle to Mother Nature when the sea eroded the lighthouse and the land around it. After several reports to the United States Lighthouse Board, Congress approved the money for a new St. Augustine Lighthouse tower. The construction of the tower began in 1871. Superintendent of Lighthouse Construction, Hezekiah Pippen, moved from Cape Elizabeth, Maine with his family to help with construction on the lighthouse. He lived on the site with his wife Mary and their 3 children, Mary, Eliza, and Carrie. The children soon turned the construction site into a playground, inviting children of the other workers to come play with them. By 1873, only the foundation and 42 feet of the 165-foot tower were completed. A railway cart moved the supplies from supply ships to the building site. The children loved riding this cart from the construction site out into the water. They used this cart as a Victorian-style roller coaster. They would ride it up to the water and then take it back up to the site to do it all over again. Only a wooden board at the end of the cart stopped them from going into the water. On July 10th, 1873, the 3 Pippen sisters, Mary 15, Eliza 13, and Carrie 4, along with an unknown African American girl who was 10, whose father also worked on the site, were riding the cart as normal. The wooden board, which was usually what stopped the cart from going into the water, was not in place that day. The cart flipped into the water and trapped the girls underneath. Mr. Dan Sessions, a young African American worker, had witnessed this tragic event and raced to the water. He used all of his strength and pulled up the cart out of the water, lifting it off of the young girls. Unfortunately, by this time, 4 of the girls had passed away. The only survivor was the youngest, Carrie. In the days following the accident, the construction had shut down for the funeral of the young girls. Following the funeral, the Pippen family had returned to Maine to lay their daughters to rest in their hometown. Staff researchers have not yet been able to find the final resting place of the young African American girl who had also lost her life that day. Since that day, strange occurrences have taken place within the lighthouse and the area surrounding it. Visitors have reported hearing little girls giggling in the woods at night. The young girls are said to be the most active spirits within the lighthouse. They love to play hide and seek and will often try to play with unsuspecting people. Psychic contact staffers have frequently channeled the name of the African American girl as Ellie or Eleanor. The girls sometimes appear in full-bodied apparitions. Several years ago, during the day, a guest was exploring the maritime hammock trails and came upon a young girl in a Victorian outfit sitting on a bench reading a book. As she began to ask the little girl a question, another group came up from the opposite direction. Distracted, the woman looked back from the girl and turned back to find she was gone. Another woman on a ghost tour approached another woman to compliment her daughter's behavior on the tour. Confused, the woman said she had no daughter. The other woman then told her that a girl had been standing by her side most of the evening. There were no children on the tour that evening. Little girls can be heard laughing at the top of the tower late at night. Others have spotted Eliza floating above the grounds wearing the same blue dress which she died in. However, the little girls are not the only spirits which haunt the St. Augustine Lighthouse. There is another ghost, or ghosts, which are referred to as the Man. It is usually spotted in the basement of the lightkeeper's house. This shadow figure is known for leaving places smell like cigar smoke, for leaving visitors with the feeling of foreboding. The most famous encounter was in 2006 when the Ghost Hunters crew visited the lighthouse. In the episode, a black misty figure is seen 2 stories above the cast's location. The man is seen peering over a railing before turning around and vanishing. There are several theories on who this mysterious man could be. Some believe him to be the ghost of William Russell, who was one of the first lighthouse keepers in the 1850s. Russell was known for his passionate and protective personality. Most believe that he is only trying to look after his home. Another culprit is another lighthouse keeper known as Joseph Andrew. According to the legend, Andrew suffered a fatal accident whenever he fell from the tower in 1859. His death was so sudden that a lot of people speculated that he didn't even know that he was dead. For over 100 years, his spirit has been said to stand in the tower smoking a cigar to pass the time. I've even heard that people have heard his scream as he was falling from the tower. People have also spotted a young woman who is seen gazing out the doorway or standing by the upstairs window. There's even a photo of this mysterious woman on the balcony of this lighthouse, and if I can find it, I will leave it somewhere in this video for you guys, but it's really spooky. This ghost lady is said to be very pleasant and loves to interact with visitors. One story tells of a relief lighthouse keeper living in the home in the 1950s who reported hearing footsteps up the stairs. But when he went upstairs to investigate, no one was there. The head keeper at the time was James Pippen. He served from 1953 to 1955, and he was the last keeper to live within the home. Pippen lived in the keeper's house as all of the previous ones had done before. But in 1941, he had moved into a smaller building, stating that the lightkeeper house was haunted and that he would not go back in it. In 1955, the lighthouse lamp was fully automated, and the United States Coast Guard replaced the lighthouse keepers with a position called lamplighter. The local lamplighter had the same duties of a lightkeeper, but would not live on site. The keeper's house would be rented for a time. There was a local man who crafted leather goods who rented out the property in the 1960s. He claimed that one night he had woke up to a young girl standing by his bed. As he blinked his eyes at her, she disappeared. And in 1970, after spending many years being a working lighthouse keeper's house, the keeper's house had caught fire under mysterious circumstances. But several young women of the all-volunteer Junior Service League of St. Augustine stepped in and helped restore and renovate the keeper's house, lighthouse tower, and original Freschel lens. The group added the building to the National Register of Historic Places. During construction, workers and volunteers had reported numerous unexplained events within the home. The basement was a particularly active area. It had been the only part of the home which had not caught fire. Inside and around the property, many are often spooked by strange and eerie events that cannot be explained. Staff members are said to lock the door at the top of the tower each night before they leave. Yet the door will be wide open the next morning when they return for work. The lighthouse staff members have also reported that chairs will overturn or move around on their own, and that various items within their gift shop will be reported missing and later just reappear out of nowhere. Music boxes have been known to turn on by themselves. Some have said that while touring the lightkeeper's quarters that they feel a cold presence around them and will see a tall man which appears before them and then vanishes. Orbs, swooping lights, unearthly falls, giggling, full-body apparitions, and a man screaming as he falls to his death are all experienced within the St. Augustine Lighthouse. Today, visitors are welcomed in for a spook on the ghost tours which take place within the old lighthouse tower. So that was the story of the St. Augustine Lighthouse. What do you guys think of this spooky place? Would you ever visit there? I know I would. That sounds really creepy and cool, just like a haunted lighthouse. This is something I've never made a video on before, so this was really exciting for me. There was so much information I found when doing research for this video. But let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and become more of a maniac. And be sure to hit that bell notification, that way you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And if you are not aware already, I now have an OnlyFans account where I will be posting all of my sexier content. The link to that is always in the description box below in case you would like to check that out. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.